Hey, JC here for retirecheap.asia. A lot of the people that watch my videos, and this is what the intention of them was for, was to give you some information, options for living someplace else, especially during retirement, when you have a limited income, monthly budget, and it's not stretching far enough to live where you're at back home. There's more month at the end of the money, and so that's why I created retirecheap.asia. And you know, I've done a lot of videos about places to stay, and I've done a couple videos about beliefs and values, what beliefs and values you have to move to another culture where they have different languages, different habits, different rules. Somebody said the other day on YouTube, I don't know, eating something while I was doing a video, and they said, the videos are great, but I can't watch you eat. I don't want to see people talk with food in their mouth. And it's like I said, well, if those are your rules, you can't come live in a place like Thailand or anywhere else, because they got a different set of rules of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. I mean, in Thailand, you're going to see people sitting at a dinner table with a long fingernail on their little pinky, picking their nose. So if talking with food in your mouth bothers you, you're not going to make it. You're going to be irritated constantly by all the little habits that people have in a different culture. These are about your rules and your values and beliefs. And if you haven't seen the other two videos I did about this, go back and watch them. I'll take care of the money. Don't worry about it. Cup? Cup kuma cup. So anyway, so I want to talk to you a little bit today about intention versus behavior, because this is going to help you out a lot. I've told you got to adopt a set of beliefs that are going to allow you to be flexible. It doesn't matter whether you're going to go live in a Latin country, an Asian country, any place where the culture is different. And this has to do with even being back home. If you find yourself being angry all the time, I said this before, if you're angry, the third patriarch of China said, the great way is easy for those that have no preferences. And that's true, but we have to have preferences or we won't get out of bed in the morning. So you got to have preferences, but not be locked up into having to have them fulfilled all the time, or things being your way, which is a challenge for North Americans, because we've been taught through media advertising, have it your way. And we can't always have it our way. And if we always want it our way, we're going to be disappointed, we're going to be frustrated all the time and angry. And so you got to adopt a set of beliefs that allow you to have some flexibility. And so that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about, the difference between intention and behavior. Because if you can separate those two, you're going to have a lot more flexibility, you're going to have a lot more patience. It's been said that there's like 6 human needs. And our 6 human needs would be variety and certainty as 2 of them. Because we want certainty, especially as we get older in life, you're going to want some certainty. It's harder to recover from losses, whether it's financial losses or something happens to your health or relationships. Rebounding is more difficult as we get older. So we want more and more certainty as we get older. But we also want a certain amount of variety, or we get bored. And I know some people that are older that I look into their life and say I'd be bored, but they're not, because they have certainty, and that's important to them in their list of values. Certainty is really high on that list. For mine, variety is higher on the list than certainty. So me, I want variety, I want changes all the time, but I still want a certain amount of certainty because it's really important. Another thing that's important as we throughout life is to feel significant. And people do this by different means. Some people do it through their work, some people do it through contribution. There's a lot of ways that you can feel significant. You can see where I'm going with this in just a second. So another one that a lot of people want to have is connection and love. I think we all felt a love in the womb that we all want to go back to, that peace, that quiet, that solitude, that connection. He doesn't care I'm filming. Anyway, so connection and love is another one that's really important. Another one is growth. Growth is really important. I mean, computer. Interesting. This guy's got bags and an umbrella and all sort of briefcase. It reminds me of some evangelists back home that walk around preaching. But anyway, connection and love is going to be important. We also want to feel like we're growing all the time. I've always said, if when you stop growing, you start dying. It's like a tree. เขาโทรครับมันมีพร้อมกันวิดีโอ He doesn't care. Okay, so anyway, so we got to grow as well, and like I say, if we're not growing, then we're starting to die. We're starting to wither away. Anything that stops the growth process starts to die. That's just the way life is. And the other one would be contribution. We always feel like we got to be contributing to society in some way, or contributing to the whole. So now the reason I brought those up is we all have ways of getting those, and that's what I call our behaviors. And so our behaviors are going to influence how we're getting these needs fulfilled. So here, let's walk out here for a second, just away from him while he's talking. He obviously doesn't care too much about me shooting the video, but see, this is about flexibility. Now I can sit there and bitch and complain, or I can be flexible and I can change my approach. So anyway, we'll come out here where it's a little bit more quiet, probably a better view as well. So anyway, so separating attention from behavior is really, really important. Why is that? Because if we all want the same things in life, we all want to feel like we're contributing. We all want to feel significant. Say in Thailand, somebody drives their motor car down, their motorbike or their car down what we call the shoulder of the road. You know, traffic's backed up a little bit, and they go down the shoulder, and you start screaming, yelling at them, God, it's dangerous, blah, 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 blah. What are they trying to feel? They're probably trying to feel significant, that they're more important than somebody else. We all want to feel that, but it's their behavior that's the challenge of how they're getting that fulfilled. Does that make sense to you? Some people want to feel significant, so they'll pick up a gun, or they'll do some kind of bad behavior to feel significant to their peers or to themselves. And so there's other options or ways to feel significant. I sort of contribute at my website and everything helps me feel significant because I feel like I'm helping, which also feeds what need? The need for contribution. That's right. So I do these things in what I feel is a positive way. Remember, our rules are what's going to determine whether we think these are positive or not. The guy that's going down the shoulder of the road thinks that's perfectly acceptable. That's his rules. So we all have these rules, and we have these values, and we have these ways of fulfilling them, which I tend to look at as intention and behavior. If you look at somebody's behavior and you don't approve of it, just look and say, what is the intention? What is it that they're trying to feel by doing it? And in a lot of ways, if you really got a lot of rapport, if you get rapport with people, you can actually offer them a different behavior as an option, as a way to get that need fulfilled. So think about that. Next time you're aggravated or you're angry or you're frustrated at something outside yourself, because remember, you're allowing yourself to feel these things based on your values and your beliefs. You're interpreting that information in a way that's making you feel unhappy. Remember, the gray way is easy for those that have no preferences. So the closer you can get to being flexible and saying, hey, that's okay, I understand what they're trying to do, what they're trying to feel, you tend to be a little bit more patient, more relaxed, and more forgiving. And I know we all need a little bit more of that. So this is another thing about coming to live in another country, another culture. This is really important because they're going to have a different set of all these values and beliefs and behaviors. And you got to let go of your need to have those behaviors matching your rules. Because if you're rigid in that regard, you're going to have a big challenge doing this. I'm telling you. I want to see everybody come over and be happy and be fulfilled. And to do that, you got to have some flexibility. Okay? I hope this is helpful to you. Hope it's been meaningful. I hope you understand what I said. And I think a lot of you will realize that, you know, I got in a motorcycle accident not that long ago. I'm recuperating. You're probably wondering, well, where's the more videos? We need more videos of JC out traveling. They're coming. This is my recuperation period, so be flexible, okay? Remember, when it comes to having some patience, there's always an option. Take care. JC out.